Welcome back to TCL Scorpion 72, and today we're taking a look at Batman the Anime Series. Batmobile, that's right. DC Collectibles has given us our first vehicle for the anime series. It's a Batman Batmobile based on the first Batmobile from the cartoon series. This is the outside of the box. Here's one side of the box here, the front part there, and you can see on the side it says Batman. The Batmobile. And see here on the other side panel it says Batman. You have a silhouette of Batman. It says Batman Anime Series, the Batmobile from DC Collectibles. And on the back it shows you the Batmobile, what it's going to look like when you take it out, and shows you some of the light up features. That's right, this Batmobile has light up features. Lights, interior, tail lights, you name it, it's got it. So let's take a look. Alright, here we have the Batmobile out of the box. And I gotta tell you, this thing is amazing. It just looks awesome. The Batmobile from DC Collectibles is one amazing vehicle. It's been a long time since I opened up a vehicle like this, and I'm just totally blown away just by the detail and everything about it. It has some weight to it and a few features, and I'm gonna get right to that. Alright, so basically Batmobile, you take out a package, it has like a plastic on top. It's put in a poly bag with plastic not bubble wrap, but plastic protected. Either way, you'll see what I mean when you get it open. You will need 3 AA batteries, which is not included. It's stated on the box also. So what you do is just turn this upside down, and you need a Phillips screwdriver head there. That's like the star diamond one. And you just open the panel here, you put in your batteries, here's a little switch, and since I have the Batmobile upside down, you can see there's not much detail showing engine or anything like that of the Batmobile, which is fine. It does have rubber wheels, and here it does have like steering in the front, which is when you push it, it will steer and go from side to side. So after that, you just put it there, and switch is easy to get. All you have to do is lift the Batmobile up from the front a bit, and you can easily turn the switch on, and there you have it, the lights. So there you have the front headlights. I'll be showing other shots of this with the light in the dark, so you can get an eye there of what it really looks like. And here you have the back lights, and these are LEDs. They're really bright, really cool. Before I show you the interior, I'm just going to show you the top part, which is really nice. The engine and stuff, it looks like it just came out of the animated series cartoon, like just jumped off the screen. Now to open this, mine's a little stiff sometimes, I guess because it's new, but it does slide really well, so all you have to do is go this and slide. Now mind you, it does seem like a little like plastic here that slides, and just be a little careful and wary when you do open it. I'm always afraid of too much friction, it might break or something, so just be careful. You may end up getting your fingerprints all in the window shield, but that's okay, you can easily wipe that off. It slides completely open, allow you to put Batman and Robin inside, or whoever you want to sit inside. So at a closer look at the interior, you can see all the detail and stuff with the buttons and the colors, and even the steering wheel has some detail to it, as it has these two little knobs and little red buttons at the bottom. You have to watch the cartoon over again to see if you want to remember what some of these buttons do and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really nice how they did inside, and the lights really give it a nice touch. I was not expecting to have these lights inside. Of course, when they announced it at Toy Fair, and when they actually had a model showing at San Diego Comic-Con, it was just like people were just blown away, including myself. Here you can see the interior seat. Well, here you can see that we have the seat belts that are going to fit our heroes in there. Or even sometimes he does have villains in there when he's transporting them. Here we have the front of the Batmobile with the lights off here. You know, the surrounding lights around me, but you can just see the headlights, and you can see partly inside the interior of the Batmobile and how bright it really looks. It just looks incredibly amazing. And here is a shot of the back lights with all the red lights for the car, and the turbine there is just lit up so bright. It really does brighten up your area, brightens up your floor area wherever you have this thing displayed. It really shines with the LED lights that they use here. DC Collectibles have really outdone themselves for this Batmobile. You could also take a look at the interior. And just by opening the cockpit, you can see the interior with the two computer screens, main circle computer screens, like a radar dish, as well as the other onboard computer screens. And this is just incredibly bright. Just by lifting up the cover, it really shines. Like, it just brightens up the whole area. It's really cool, really amazing. I'm really impressed with this. They have done an outstanding job. Okay, so the Batmobile does not come with any action figures, so you have to purchase the animated series figures from DC Collectibles. And Robin has been released a few months back, and Batman from the animated series was released a few weeks ago. So you can actually still find these figures and get these figures to go for your Batmobile, because it just looks even cooler. And just to give you a little size comparison of it, here's Batman and here's Robin standing right beside the Batmobile, and you can just get an idea of just those sheer length, size, and width of this Batmobile. My only thing is I find it a tad bit too long, and that's about it. That might be my only nitpick. Maybe that the wheels didn't have like a little spike thing that came out like the Kenner version or something, or there was a little extra. But for what you're getting for the price point, I'm not going to start complaining saying, oh, it could have had this, that, could have going said it could have missiles or grappling hooks and all that kind of stuff. For what we're getting and what they've done, and the fact we're even getting a vehicle for this line so early, it's just amazing. So let's go ahead and put these two dynamic duel inside a Batmobile and see what it looks like. So what you want to do to fit your Batman figures in here, Batman Robin, is you have these seat belts here, and what you're going to do is just tug on them like that to easily come out on both sides, and then what you're going to do is fit your figures in. So we have here Robin, and we're going to put him inside the seat, which is really good. That it's almost like they knew they were going to make this vehicle, because their capes are really pliable. And you don't have to really change them up too much. Let's see, I hope I'm getting this right. At least the seatbelt's stretchy, and there we go. Wow, that was pretty easy for Robin. Let's see if we get Batman in there too, just as easy. So we got Robin in there. Batman, his leg's a little hard to get up, but once I get his leg up there, and you squeeze them into the chair part. The thing is, the seat clip sometimes slides down, so you have to be careful of that. I'm gonna wear around his neck. Squeeze his cape in there. Alright, Batman's in there. Yay! So there you have Batman and Robin both inside the cockpit, and seat belts across them. I'm not sure if I got the seat belts accurate or right, but there's many different ways you get in. But as long as you get them in there, you know, it's always like safety first. That's Batman was saying. Well, that's more like the 60s Batman. And if you turn off the light there, you can see even with one of my singular lights still on, you can still see them in there. You can see how bright the LEDs inside the car are. And see how they look. So as you can see, when I turn off the lights, you can see how bright the interior light is. You can see Batman and Robin very clearly. And here's another shot of them from above, just showing you what they'll be looking at on the computer screen, which is kind of really bright in their faces, which is kind of funny. Bright lights in the faces of the dynamic duo. How can they see when they're driving? And now let's see with the cockpit closed, what it looks like. Now tell me this doesn't look incredible. Wow. Clearly you can see Batman in there, in the driver's seat as well, and then you can see Robin here on the side in the passenger seat. And yeah, this is how clear they look inside the car. You have the little divider on the side there, which is the slider part in the middle, which makes it look cool. And it's, yeah, this is just amazing. I am impressed with what DC Collectibles has given us. This is one of the best Batmobiles probably ever made to this date. Sorry, no offense. Of course, you can't really compare apples to oranges if you want to look at a Hot Toys Batmobile, but for a 6-inch collector, and the price margin of this and everything like that, and the price point of this, it's really right up a lot of our collectors' alley. And it's just stunning and amazing, and the fact that they made it that it's a 2-seater, which we never had a Batman animated series car that was a 2-seater before, is icing on the cake. Also inside the Batmobile, when you do the box, when you do open it, there's a little bag, and it has the instructions, a little instruction sheet showing you how to replace the batteries and where to put them at the bottom. As I mentioned, you need 3 AA batteries on the back. So also shows you the seat belt and how to open up the cockpit, as well as, of course, each of them come with this little booklet here, which is a little bit bigger, showcasing the figures that are being released or have been released already. And of course the Batmobiles at the bottom stating which episode it's based off of. And here we have a little before and after. This is the DC Collectibles Batmobile next to the Kenner Batmobile, which only held 1 figure, which is understandable at the time. They didn't really think about or really decide making a 2-seater. But you could tell just by the size difference. Of course, the figure difference is also there for like 5/4-inch figures there for the Kenner animated series. So you can't really judge it on par, but it's just to give you an idea of how the 2 vehicles compare. Even from a side view, you can even see the 2 vehicles and how they look. But to be fair, why not we compare the Batmobile beside a 2-seater 6-inch Batmobile vehicles? And I do have 2 on hand that I can actually show you. First up is the Batmobile from the Batman line from Mattel. Back when Mattel was starting a 6-inch line, they gave us a 2-seater Batmobile that can seat Batman and Robin. And you can see here in the video here, you can see the side comparison of how the 2 sides compare. And here you can see them side by side, so you can definitely see that back then for a 2-seater they made the car a little bit wider. That's due to the fact that the Mattel one can split in 2 and it can be like an off-road vehicle for Robin. But it's just amazing how DC Collectibles managed to make the vehicle compact where it looks like an actual 2-seater type car for an action figure, compared to the other one that we got. But like I mentioned before, it's all due to the design and how it looked for that time when they did release the car. That's when Mattel released the Batmobile. And for the other 2-seater car that actually is also from Mattel, we have the 1966 Batman Batmobile. This is also a 2-seater for 6-inch figures. It might be even possible they might be comparable due to the size that they actually could. I'm pretty sure, you never know, Batman might be able to fit in the 1966 car and vice versa. I've yet to try that out. I might do another video on like just comparisons with the Batmobiles and stuff. It just looks completely really different in scale compared to the one we get from DC Collectibles. And here's a side view of the two vehicles. It's just amazing because the thing about this is that the two of them are not that far off in price point. So it's amazing what we get for from DC Collectibles with two-seater lights and everything. As to, I'm not really trying to I'm not bashing here in the Mattel 1960s Batmobile, but being like the $20 to $30 more, or sorry, less. The only thing about the Mattel Batmobile that was kind of like odd was that the fact that the doors did not open when in the show they're actually supposed to be open, and it feels very light. And for a company that really concentrates on and their main focus is on making cars, it's really weird and strange that we did not get rubber wheels with the 1960s Batmobile. But hey, we're not here to talk about the 1960s Batmobile. We're here to talk about Batman, the animated series Batmobile. So let's get back to it. So the Batmobile should be available at online retailers, comic book shops, or specialty shops that carry the figures. I cannot recommend this more than I'm doing right now. It is an amazing vehicle. It is great. My only thing is it might be like a little inch or two too long for the fact that like the figure's legs, I believe, reach about this section here, so they could have shortened this part here, but that's my only nitpick, if any, about this vehicle. I haven't had any scratches for it. I know they went with a matte black, and it might be due to scratch. I have no scratch issues with this. The only thing is that you gotta be careful when you open up the window. It's like kind of difficult to slide sometimes, and you do get fingerprints on here, but that's easy to wipe off. But other than that, you got the rubber wheels. It really rolls really nice, especially if you roll it down your hallway in the dark, and the lights are really bright on this vehicle, and it's just amazing. I can't wait to see what DC Collectibles does next. We all know that they're hoping that we're gonna get some more vehicles. We know that the Batwing must be somewhere on their radar as a vehicle that's gonna be coming up. And yeah, and of course, you know, the new adventures of Batman, definitely Batmobiles, definitely going to be part of that too as well. And who knows, maybe the Batwing from that cartoon series too. And hey, here's hoping that they start dipping into the other animated series type style, like, you know, Superman, Justice League. Like, the door's wide open. I hope you guys are supporting this and to keep it going, so that way we can get more figures, more vehicles, because DC Collectibles is definitely a company that knows no limits. And if the demand is there, if we're buying this stuff and it's very successful for them, they'll go the extra mile and give us stuff like this. Like, in all honesty, I was not expecting a vehicle at all this soon. Like, we're not even a full year into this line, and here we have a Batmobile. How crazy is that? That is just cool. Some of the other major DC lines we never got a vehicle, but here we have one right out of the bat. Pun intended. So this is Scorpion72 for review of Batman the Animated Series Batmobile, telling you to enjoy your toys, and of course of all, keep playing. Ciao, till next time.